Okay, um, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the race briefing for PrisonBreak 2023. So we are really excited. This is our first triathlon that we are hosting. Um, yeah, it's been a new adventure to go through the process of organizing a triathlon. Having done many triathlons myself, it's quite a difference sitting on the other side of the desk, so to speak. So I'd just like to firstly thank some of the sponsors that have made this happen. In no small part is Fluid Lines and Orca. We've initiated this idea some time ago, and we've been working hard at it. And we're lucky to have some partners who've come on board. Brooks came on board early, thanks Clive, to running next to Caroline on a treadmill in the gym and having a conversation. And here you are as one of our first partners. We're really grateful. To Mark and Rebecca from Belega, really good to have you on board. And all of you are going to get a nice pair of Belega socks. Brooks is giving some shoes and some lucky draws for some of the winners. And we could always rely on David and Rowan from GU to come on board the minute we asked. So your nutrition needs will be taken care by them. And then we sent some communication to Prime Cleaning Services, and Claire was very kind to come on board, and we have some prizes from them and some monetary assistance from them. And then Sportsman's Warehouse is there with some lucky draws and some vouchers and also some financial assistance. So yeah, we are grateful to all the sponsors that make it happen, and we look forward to a really good day. So what I want to do is just run through how the day is going to work for you. So firstly, we are going to have registration at 3 events or 3 locations during the week. So tomorrow we are at the Oceana Powerboat Club next to the waterfront. You can find a link on our website under the events tab. We'll be there from 3 in the afternoon till 7 in the evening. So for all the Cape Town people, it would be great if you could come and register tomorrow. Then Thursday, we will do registration at our office in Strand. So all the local Somerset West, Strand, Stellenbosch people, you can come and register here. Then on Friday, we will be at the venue setting up, and there will be registration. Sorry, I forgot to mention, Thursday will be from 9 to 5. And then on Friday, it will be at Brandvlei Prison, and the registration will be from 3 to 6. And then for anybody who cannot make it on those 3 days, we will have registration on Saturday morning from 6 till 7:20. So yes, early morning, but transition closes at 7:30, so don't leave it till last minute. Yeah, so if you have any questions with regards to the race briefing and to the registration process, you're welcome to send messages in on, sorry, you must just sign up on this platform, and then you're free to send us a chat message. Okay, so let's get into the process on the day. So you will be coming from 2 locations, I can imagine. So the first location will be coming from Cape Town. The easiest is to take the N1 to Paarl through the tunnel, and then at the Rawsonville turnoff, where the weighbridge is, you turn right and you follow that road all the way through Rawsonville, and you will actually be driving on the portion of the bike course, and then you will take the right-hand turn into the prison road and drive into the prison, come to the gate. I'll explain the process at the gate now. if you're coming via the N2 via Verliesdorp, we drove that road about 10 days ago just to check it out, and you can see there are some red warning signs along the road. This is where we had some of the flood damage. I mean, the damage was kind of devastating, but you can get through. The road is open. However, at one or two places there were some stop and goes, so just be aware of that. It takes a little bit longer, so be sure to leave yourself enough time. And if you're coming from Hermanus Caledon side and want to come via Theawates, via the dam and to Verliesdorp and then through to Worcester, that road was opened, I think, Friday. So that's also free to go. I think there is a stop and go on that road, so just bear that in mind and leave yourself some extra time. Right, so the gate will open at the prison at 5:30, and we are going to provide them with a list of entrance, should I say, with your name, surname, contact details on, and we're going to provide you with a little sticker that looks like what you see on the screen, and this sticker that I'm holding in my hand here. So if you could put that sticker onto the top right-hand corner of your windshield, then they will know that you're an entrant and they can pass through through the gate quicker. So the process when you get to the gate is you need to give the name of one of the entrants. So if you're the driver but you're not entered, you need to give one of your passengers who is an entrant the name. They will take down your registration and they will do a quick vehicle check. And there's a few things that you're not allowed to bring into the prison. So there's no firearms, no knives, nothing that you can cause any damage with, and no sharp objects. Obviously we know that on multi-tools there are sharp objects, but that goes without saying. But it's guns, knives, etc. Also no pets, please. There are no pets allowed onto the prison. Then also you should not interact with any of the prisoners that are walking around the prison. So the prison is a working prison. They use prisoners to do cleaning tasks and to do maintenance and to work in the stores and to do all sorts of things. If you see any of them, you'll see them in orange overalls. Please do not interact with them, and please do not take any photographs with them in, whether they're in the background or not. So that's just a request from the prison. There is also going to be visitors visiting the prisoners. They are in their own area, but they need to pass through the gate. So just beware of locking your valuables in your car, and don't leave anything lying around if possible. So just be aware. Okay, then there is also one very strong request. I will show you a picture just now of what it looks like. There is a hot spring at the prison, and this is used to generate electricity and also as the drinking water for the prison. So please, under no circumstances will you go into this water. It's also 70 degrees Celsius, so it could be a little bit damaging. Okay, so that's what the hot spring looks like. You will pass this on your walk from the car and also on the run route. So yeah, please stay out of that. And on the left-hand side of the run route against the road, you will see some of that water running. So don't wash your feet or anything in there, please. Okay, so you're going to arrive at the gate around here. You will be checked, as I've said, and then you will be instructed to go through. Drive straight along this top road. Do not turn down here. If you know the prison, in the past we used to be able to park here. We're not allowed to park there anymore. So you drive straight along this road, and then you will come to a point where there will be a marshal who will ask you to turn left. You'll drive down a road, you will turn left again, and you will get to the parking area where you will be parked, something like this. Just please follow the marshals. They will park you. There's ample parking, but please don't be selfish and park poorly and waste space and park other people in. Just be courteous. Then you can take a walk, or you could ride your bicycle from the parking area here. This is all a tar road, and you can ride up to Transition here. It is around about 750 meters from the middle parking to Transition. When you're passing Transition, where you can see the area here where you can see stalls, food, drinks, toilets, etc., there is a beautiful area on lawn underneath the trees where we suggest that teams and clubs erect their gazebos and set up camp there for the day. A nice place to be, because that is also where the finish will be. Okay, then you can make your way through as a competitor to Transition. At Transition, there will be some additional toilets on the outside of Transition. There will be a registration table right there at Transition, and the timing table will be there. The timekeepers will be there. And it's important that the timekeepers are at that point, because if you have decided that you would like to downgrade from the maxi to the mini, you first need to go to the timekeepers on the day and let them know. So you will be given a race number. So you'll be given a race number, an orange number for maxi and a yellow number for mini. So if you're in the maxi and you want to downgrade to yellow, unfortunately your race number has been printed already and has got your name on. So you will need to present your race number like this, and they will strike through with a black Koki to depict that you've now downgraded to the mini, and they will change your race number into the mini race so that your entries are and your race timing will come up for the mini. At that point, you can then enter Transition to go and rack your bike in the appropriate area. And you just need to know that you need to show your race number when you come into Transition so that they can depict where you should be, because you will be racing on a maxi colored number in the mini event. Okay. Also, you will be given a timing chip with a timing chip strap, and the race number and the timing chip, I'm not sure if you can see that, they match. So 650 and 650. Okay. It's very important, if you have entered and you're deciding that you're coming to register to get your goodie bag, but you're not going to do the event, please tell us so that we can remove the timing chip, because it's your responsibility and you will be billed 200 Rand for a timing chip that is not returned. So please don't do that. Secondly, if you go back to the screen. Okay, so sorry, I've got Andrew doing the controls and me doing the talking, so a little bit of confusion here. Sorry about that. So in the Transition area, you will now enter. Please make sure that you have your helmet clipped on, that your helmet is not cracked, that your bike is in working order, and you enter Transition. Once again, we're following ITU rules. This is a TSA sanctioned event, or it's actually a Western Province or CTTA sanctioned event through TSA. So the race referees will be there, and I think some of them are listening this evening. So I won't call them marshals. I know they don't like that. So the race referees will check you into Transition. You will rack your bike in the appropriate area. Once again, there is enough racking space for everybody, but please do not take more space than what is allowed. There will be some of us moving through Transition. If we ask you to move up and make more space, please just work with us. It will make everybody's day and life easier. You are not allowed to leave a bag in Transition. So we are going to provide you a service. So if you would like us to look after your bag and transfer it to the race finish, At registration, you need to ask us for a tag and a cable tie on which you can write your race number, and then you can drop your bag off at the Silver Vivario Fluid Lines bus, which we will put all the bags in, and we will lock it up and drive it to the finish, so your bag will be safe while you're on course. You can then collect it once you've finished the run. It will be very close by to you there. So I've covered the downgrading. Then the swim course. Sorry, the swim course will be like this. We will start the mini at 8 o'clock and the maxi at 8:15. At 7:45, we will have a waterside race briefing, which we will use to highlight or announce any changes to what I'm telling you this evening, because there could be something to do with weather or whatever it is that comes up. Just please listen at that point if there are any changes. But before we get to the water points, we are going to take you through, so everyone will leave. Transition will close at 7:30, and then at that point we will reset the timing pods, and you will walk through transition as a competitor and out the run out section where your chip will then be counted. So we will count you into the race. So we know if there is 150 people going into the water, there's 150 people that have come out. We know that everyone is out. So please just work with us, walk through transition. Don't fiddle with any competitor's bike at that point, and then walk out of the run out, and then we have you counted, as I said. Then the swim course, as I said, will be like this. The mini will swim on the like conical orca buoys, orange in color. So you will swim out, make a left shoulder turn, swim across, make another left shoulder turn, and exit. And the maxi, you will do the same thing, except you will swim past those orange buoys on your left shoulder and make a left shoulder turn on the square orange buoys. You will then run up the bank, and believe me, the water is a lot higher now than what this image shows. When we were there last week, the water level is at about this point. So it's really high. So you will run up into transition, do your normal thing. Sorry, I forgot to mention, you will also be given a swim cap, a bright orange Orca PrisonBreak swim cap, which is compulsory to wear. You will then come into the transition area. You see this black dot on the side here. This will be an area where the teams will hand over. So the teams will start at the same time as the solo entrance. So if you are a mini team, you start with the mini solos, and a maxi team starts with the maxi solos. But you will change at this point. I will cover the rules with regards to the teams and how the changeover will happen shortly. So you will enter transition, you will do your change, you will run all the way along here. Sorry, I forgot to mention as well, please wear your timing chip on your left ankle. That's important because of where the timing pickup pods will be placed. You will run out of transition off the lawn onto this tarred area, but we are going to run you to a point. This area is on a slope, sloping down towards the water. So to make mounting easier, we're going to put the mount line up here on a flat area, and then you will mount your bike, ride through a little petrol station. I will show you another image after this slide, and you will go up the hill. And likewise, when you finish, you will come down the hill over here, start to slow down here, make a left turn, you will dismount here, and you will run back into transition. So this is the fuel station. So you will mount on the flat, ride through, make a right turn, and then ride out. Oopsie, sorry. You will ride out. You won't turn through here. You will come out through here, which will then give you the correct line on the left-hand side of the road to go up the hill. That's kind of pretty clear. And then when you come back, you will dismount correctly. When you come in off the bike, you will come through the gates, you will come down the hill, you will make your left turn. Here's the dismount line, and you will come into transition. So it might seem a little bit, a lot of information right now if you've never been here. When you are there on the day, it will all make sense. We will have marshals, we will have people warning you to slow down, we will have people telling you to turn at the gate, and so on and so forth. But there will also be maps up at registration, and we will be at registration. You can ask questions. You can ask questions anytime. You can send WhatsApps. We will give you all the answers. Okay, now on the bike course, there is some consideration here because you're going to be doing the maxi and the mini at the same time. The reason we have started the mini earlier is because the mini is going to turn before you get to the road that you drove in on from either the Worcester or from the Rawsonville side. That's because we do not want any crossover. And there is only one critical point that both distances need to take into account here, and that is the turning point. So you will ride from the gate, you will ride down a hill, you'll make a left turn, you'll ride all the way along on the left-hand side of the road with the dam on your right-hand side. And then at about this point over here, more or less, we are going to put a sign that will say, maxi, keep left, mini, keep right. And when I say keep right, I don't mean keep to the right-hand side of the road. I mean keep to the right-hand side of the left-hand side of the road. So in other words, on the middle line. It will be coned. At that point, before you just veer off to the right, please just check that there is no fast maxi biker coming to pass you on the right. But likewise, maxi biker, understand at that point it's your responsibility to keep left to allow the mini biker to move to the right. Okay, I think it's quite clear. There shouldn't be too much crossover, but I'm just giving you the worst case scenario. If there is some crossover there, just make sure as a maxi biker you keep left and you give right of way to the mini biker who needs to move to the center of the road from the time that you see the orange sign that will say left and right. So the mini biker, what you're going to do is you're going to move to the center of the road, and then you're going to ride up to a turning point. This section here is on an incline, and there will be a turning point where you will make a 180-degree turn, and then you will head back on the left-hand side of the road all the way back to the prison. It's quite easy. The road is wide, and the road is tar the whole way. For the maxi biker, when you get to the section over here where you need to keep left and the mini needs to keep right, you are going to turn left there, and you're going to head straight towards Rawsonville. Do not consider turning here. This turning point is for when you need to do this triangle. So you go straight from this point to here. It is around about 4 kilometers. So once you've turned off the prison road, know that in 4 to 4.5 kilometers, you're going to make your first left turn. So don't think you should turn in 600 meters. There will be traffic officers at these 2 points, and we will have marshals at these 2 points as well. You will pedal towards Rawsonville, and you will turn left onto the Louishoek Rivier Road or the Boentjies Rivier Road, one of those two. It's just before the bridge. You will then cycle about 4 kilometers where you will come to a natural T-junction. There you will turn left again, and you will come back to the main road, and then you will complete that twice. You will do 2 loops of that natural triangle. Quite simple. At the end of your second loop, you're going to turn right at this point over here. Now it's critical that you listen carefully now. At that point where you turn right, you are not going to cross over the main road. You are going to turn right and ride facing the oncoming traffic, in the yellow line, which will be coned, which you would have ridden out on originally when you came out of the prison. So you will ride facing traffic inside the coned yellow area. That distance from the end of the triangle to back into the prison is 650 meters. At this point, there is only one consideration that we have, and that is that the cyclists who are returning have right of way. So if for whatever reason there was a cyclist who had, on the 7 kilometers from the water to this exit point, had a mechanical and is slowed up, you need to give way to the cyclists who are coming back. So the cyclists on the route heading home have right of way. At this point, just listen, if you are one of those unfortunate cyclists who had the mechanical, to the marshals. You will turn left here, but you will ride in the road on the right-hand side of the cones for the 650 meters until you get to this point where you can come into the yellow line, and then you are in the natural flow. So it's only that 650 meter section. I don't foresee a problem. I'm just giving you, once again, worst case scenario. But just remember, cyclists in the flow of the race have right of way when they're heading back. You come back in down the prison. This is a fairly steep little hill, so just make sure that when you get to the corner here, you slow down to be able to take your dismount correctly for both the mini and the maxi. You will then exit. The run out will be more or less where you will exit the run out more or less where the swim in was. It's where you would have walked out to get counted for the swim. You will run a gravel section over here, this small section. It's about 400 meters before you join the tar road. And then, as you can see on the side here, it's basically a straight run down. At a point here, there will be a split. There will be a marshal there. You will keep left. You will run to the turn point where there will be a water point, and you'll run back along here, up the hill, and finish if you're doing the mini, or you will turn at the water table and complete the second loop if you're doing the maxi. And that is basically how simple and easy and flat the run course is. So kind of just going to go through my notes to make sure I've recapped everything. I've done registration, I've done the gate check-in, I've done transition, I've done the downgrading of the race categories, I've done the swim course. The teams. The team, if you are the biker, you need to stand in that black designated area that I showed earlier, and you need to be in your clothing for cycling, but no shoes. So in this area here, you have to have your shoes at your bike or on your bike, and your helmet at your bike. So basically, when your swimmer hands you the chip, you will then run in and transition as if you had swum. And likewise, when you come back, you will rack your bike, take your shoes and helmet off, and run and change to your runner, who will wait in the same area, and then they will set off with the chip. There are 3 race numbers for the team, one for the swimmer, the biker, the runner, each with your name on. So just make sure you check those correctly, but there's one chip that you need to change. As I said it once again, the team starts with the distance of the individuals. The bike course I've covered. The only 2 things that we're concerned about is where the mini must keep right to the center and the maxi to the left, and then the potential of a slow biker from mechanical crossing over. The run course is fairly straightforward. Once we have the bulk of the athletes off the course, we can open transition for you to collect your bicycle. There's just a few steps that need to be followed here. So as you would be going back to your car along the run route, we cannot open transition when all the bikers are off the course, because there might still be too many runners on the course. So please bear with us with that. We will obviously open as soon as it's safe and as soon as the technical officials let us open. When you come to collect your bicycle from transition, you will need to bring your race number and your race chip so that we can make sure that those two match, and you will have to hand your chip in and your name will have to be ticked off so that we know your chip is back, because once again, a lost chip is your responsibility and it's 200 Rand. Then you can take your bike out and go back to your car. We will host the prize giving at 12 o'clock or as soon as possible, if earlier, if the race is finishing earlier. If we have a few people on the course after 12, they're allowed to finish, but we will start prize giving at around 12ish, because that's more or less 4-hour or 4.5-hour cutoff that we've given. Please bear in mind, if we start a little later for whatever reason, that time will move out. But we will, if everything is finished by 11, we will not wait until 12. We will start prize giving maybe at 12:30. So we will do that. Don't worry about that. We're not going to keep you sitting around forever. There are going to be food vendors. So at the food vending section, there will be bacon and egg rolls. There will be pancakes. There is 2 coffee stations. There will be toasted sandwiches. And then in the afternoon, there will be hamburgers, burry rolls, the like. There will be cool drinks and beer on sale. You'll also be getting an ice cold beer if you are of an old enough age. When you cross the finish line, De Kloof is going to have some wine tasting stall there, so feel free to participate in that. We will do the prize giving, as I said, with the category winners and also the lucky draws. And I think that's pretty much how the day will go. All I need to do is just to say thank you very much to all of you for entering and supporting us on our first triathlon event. We encourage feedback, as it is our first event. If you think that we can improve on certain things, please do share it with us. There's many things that we've already thought about that we can improve on for future years. Example is potentially we will add more events to next year's weekend. So there could potentially be a half marathon on the Sunday. I would also just like to take this opportunity to thank the staff at the prison for welcoming us and for making everything really smooth to deal with them, and how receptive they've been for us to bring triathlon back to this amazing venue. Also, the stakeholders in the Worcester and they call the Breeland area, whether it be disaster management, traffic, SAPs, all have been very welcoming and very forthcoming in receiving us and assisting us in getting this event off the ground. So I think the last thing I can share with you is the weather. So for now, it looks like we're going to have a fairly calm morning with about 6 to 7 km/h winds. The temperature will get up to 24, 26 degrees by 11 o'clock. But as is that area, the wind will get stronger through the afternoon. So we suspect that the very last finishers will finish by 12, and the wind normally gets up from about 12, 1 o'clock. So the sooner you can get off the course, the less chance you will be in the wind. And all the information about this event is on our website. If you go under events and Prison Break, you'll be able to find everything there. Once again, as I said, if you have any questions, please do WhatsApp us or send emails. Yeah, so now is time for some questions and answers. But yeah, thank you very much. And as I said, we will be at registration. You can ask questions there as well. So the first question is, will there be coffee and food at the venue? Yes, as I had mentioned, we have the mini cab coffee guy will be there with his cappuccinos. And there is another, I think that the prison has 27 different sporting codes, and the fishing club is going to be doing coffee, cappuccinos, pancakes. And as I said, the prison, the catering section will be doing for breakfast bacon and egg rolls, bacon rolls or egg rolls, toasted sandwiches, etc. So I'm not sure if there are any other questions. You can just send them through on the chat. Okay, so what we are going to do is at the end of this, we've recorded this video or this presentation on race briefing. We are going to load it to our YouTube channel, which we will share with you. I do suggest that you follow or sign up for the WhatsApp group, because we will be using last minute communication through WhatsApp, because we realize that once we're out there, access to email is not as easy. Also, please do follow us on social media on Instagram. We will have a photographer and videographer there, so getting some great shots. We will be sharing those on social media. Then trying to think if there's anything else that I could let you know. There's so many things that we are busy working on in the background, which you will see on the day, but we have some old faces that have come back to triathlon to do the event or to work at the event. So you might see some old friends there. I'm not sure. Is there anything else, Andrew? So, yeah. So if there's anything, please just shout. We will try to answer you as fast as possible. Oh, there's one thing I can tell you. There is limited signal out there at the prison. So do bring some cash along in case the credit card machines are not working at the bar or at the food vendor stalls. SnapScan is possibly also a good option to have. So if you are not signed up for SnapScan, do so before you get there while you have signal, so that you can pay by SnapScan. Cell phone signal is limited as well, so if you need to make some calls, you just have to walk around and find a spot. Well, I can tell you a little bit about the timing. So you will be getting a SMS tomorrow with your race number, which you can then use when you come to do registration. Once you finish and cross the line, you will also get an SMS with your race results, your times and your splits, along with the position in your age group. We are going to list the results in the normal triathlon age groups, but we are not going to give prizes to all of those, because then the prize giving could be longer than the event. So we've categorized some of the prizes. We've put some age groups together so that we can speed that up a little bit. But you will get your results from about time, and it will be live online. So if you have some family members who are not at the event and want to see how you're doing, they can follow that on about time. And every time there's a reading, it populates live to the system. I'm pretty sure I've covered everything. There's no questions coming in. So either you're not able to send me your questions, or I've done a good job and you don't need to ask any questions. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to keep this going on forever. I'm going to sign off. Once again, thank you very much for your time. We look forward to seeing you either at registration from tomorrow or at the event on Saturday. And we just ask you to race with the great spirits, friendly demeanor, and just have fun, because I think it's going to be a great day, and this event is going to grow to be something special and on the calendar again. So, Matt Attack, I'm not sure who you are, but there will be the latter. The first I cannot answer. So, okay. Okay, great. So I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much. See you guys on the weekend. Cheers.